Subscribe to my channel.
Welcome to lesson 17. In lesson 17 today we are going to be discussing pseudo-classes. All right, we are going to be discussing CSS pseudo-classes. Okay, so for now we are going to look at some other basic things when it comes to pseudo-classes. So at first I want us to open what we have here in our HTML document. We have the titles, CSS pseudo-classes. We have h1 here in our body saying starting a link base, visited or on visit. We have a link down here. We have a tail down here. There's the entire tail we have down here. Okay, as you can see, there's the tail we have down here. We have a div class the day as tail, and in this tail we have 3 lines of text. Okay, now if you see in our CSS, we have nothing in our CSS for now. So I'm just going to open this our work into the browser. After opening into the browser, now this is what we have in the browser. Okay, so since this is what we have in the browser, we are going to work with that for now. Good. So the next thing we want to do here is that we want to start the body of our work. Class the body of our work, we say background color should be okay. So background color should be something like okay, light gray. We use light gray. If I come here and refresh it, now you see here we have light gray as our background color already. So the next thing we want to do, we want to increase the size of this our link. Okay, so we'll come here, we put the anchor tag, which is A, and then we say the font size should increase by 1.2 rem, and save this. When we come here and refresh this, now it increase a bit. So want this to increase more, we'll use 2 rem. Good. Now you have increased a bit. Now I want to set a margin at the bottom. A margin at the bottom should be 3 pixels. We save it and we'll refresh it. Okay, we'll refresh it. Although 3 pixels is not showing that much, so we're going to use 13 pixels. We want to have little space in between there. Good. All right, now the next thing we want to use is we want to have our tail being class. Now we want to give it a width. We want to use the background color to be blue. Good. We want to give a width of 300 pixels. We want to give a height of 100 pixels. Good. When we save this, we come and refresh our browser. Boom, this is what we have. Okay, this is what we have for now. Now after having this, the next thing we want to look at is we want to have, and get rid of this one here quickly, guys. The next thing we want to look at is this. We want to have our pseudo classes in the work. Now to have our pseudo classes in the work, we say from the onset that the pseudo classes, they are basically those classes that come after our selector in our style sheet. Okay, so for here I'm going to add our first pseudo class here. So our first pseudo class here going to be hover. Now if I put hover here and save this, when I come here and refresh this entire link, you will find out that what have happened here is the star have disappeared. All right, the star have disappeared, but this star is only active when I hover over the text. Now look at what happened here. If I refresh this place, and then if I come here and hover over the text, now you see what happened. If I remove the marks, it go back to a fixed shape. If I hover over it, you see what happened. Okay, now if I remove this pseudo class away and save this work, come here and refresh it, now you see everything is like this. Good. So the next thing we want to do is we want to come down here and create our pseudo class and keep using it time in. All right, so we'll come here, we say tail and say hover. Good. Now when we say hover, we want to change the background color. The background color should be red instead. Now we save it. Now each time I hover over this, the background color going to change to red. Let me refresh it quickly after saving it. Now if I hover over it, now you see our background color is red. If I remove the mouse, you see what happened. If I hover, you see the background color is red. If I remove the mouse, you see what happened. Okay, now the next thing we want to do here quickly, we want to work with the link. All right, we want to work with the link. Now working with link, we want to come in and say the a tag firstly and say link. Now and then we come here, we say to this link, we want our color to be green. All right, now if I save this, come here and refresh it, now you see the link color have changed to green automatically. All right, the link color have changed to green. Now this is, I'm giving this a cleared picture of my link, that is whatever color I want my link to have. Okay, now the next thing we want to work with link is we want to work with visited. Good. When the link is being visited, what are the color we want for it to show? Now if I refresh this, you see our link have gone back to its color. All right, it have gone back to the original color. Now if I click on this link and then I have access wherever place that the link is taking me. If I draw back a bit from the link, now let me refresh this quickly, go back. Good. Now whenever our link have been visited, it's going to have this identical color, okay, green. Now we move on to the next thing. The next thing we want to have here, we want to have active. Okay, this is assigning color to your active link. All right, the link that you are on currently. Okay, now this is assigning color to your active link. Now if you see that while I'm clicking on the link, the color is changing. All right, now this is the color you assign to our active link. Now just with that being said, we have discussed the hover. These are just a very beginner example on understanding pseudo classes. All right, these are just few pseudo classes that I think you will be using in our first project. That's the reason I'm introducing them now. So guys, if you love the video, please guys subscribe. All right, subscribe. We highly recommend that you subscribe. Okay guys, why this is lesson 17, please subscribe so that we can keep growing together. Okay, see you guys in the next video, and I hope that you guys learn.
Subscribe to my channel.